Okay. This is the photo from Luacan, Baguio City, Interfaith Chapel of the Ten Commandments with the Our Lady of the Bleeding Heart. But of course, at the entrance, you will see God's family. Welcome to Center for Peace and Universal Love. You know, this is crucial because on the eve of St. Joseph the Worker, after all my prayers, because I have a Panata Covenant, I am pledged to go there in Baguio City. This is very important because Regional Director Leocadio T. Trovela, when Attorney Rafael Morales, founding president of the Rizal Blumentritt Pamatalan Academy, funded our transportation, my transportation, and Director Leocadio T. Trovela as the Director of the National Barangay Operations Office, because I received the inspiration from St. Joseph to go to the United States of America. And believe it or not, everything went smooth. I told them that we will stay in the home of Milagros Oas Castro of Vallejo, California, because this Milagros, the bleeding heart that you see there in that altar, the bleeding heart, the miraculous Lady of the Bleeding Heart, has many chapters in America. And when I requested Director Trovela to indicate that our residence in California will be the home of the Bleeding Heart, Vallejo, California Bleeding Heart, it was approved. So you see, now you understand that our ancestors, saints and heroes, this photo is important. At the middle, the one holding the mic is Brother Carlos Litos Valero. He is known as Litos Valero. And now he is the president of La Union Electric Company. Take note, electric. And do you know, he is the one hosting, funding. Can you imagine a spiritual leader called by God the Father to promote, install 10 Commandments tablets in the Philippines and other nations of the world? He is not asking funding, and he is behind the scene. You know, this spiritual leader is always telling us, do not thank me. Thank the Heavenly Father. Thank our banal na magulang, our beloved. You see, if one day, I pray to God, some of the DIRG7 team can go there to personally thank the Bleeding Heart in Baguio. And then, from Baguio, you can be hosted in La Union. There is also a space there, honored and nurtured by Brother Litos Valero. You see, you know what he keeps saying? Ako ang nagbigay, ako ang nagpasalamat, ako pa ang may utang. You see, this photo was taken on May 2, first Saturday. You know, groups and for the first time, Dironggot Sagrada Familia had a family reunion. And so for the first time, they were there, led by Aleja Caballero from Davao, living in Davao. And then from Tuguegarao, from Bayambong, Nueva Vizcaya, from Bulacan, from Quezon City, yours truly, and Manila. You see, every first Saturday, the devotees of Our Lady of the Miraculous Our Lady of, I always associate with the Miraculous Medal, Our Lady, Miraculous Lady of the Bleeding Heart, she calls all these devotees. So many are coming. You see, my prayer, who knows? Remember, that is Cordillera region, but Manong Litos Valero has also a sacred space for pilgrims. So you see, as a matter of fact, the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, Superintendent Sosima Versamira Belen, and I made a pilgrimage to the place in La Union of Brother Litos Valero. So you see, that's how crucial it is. He has even so many. Okay, maybe now go to the next photo. Next photo. Brother, next photo.
Yes po.
Okay.
Ito po.
This one is Grandmaster Thomas Leang, because the DNR Interfaith Pilgrimage Mother led me to his sacred space, called me literally, inspired me. So Grandmaster Thomas Leang takes care, take note of the Interfaith Philippine Prophetic Dao Digong Temple. It's a Buddhist temple, but the temple is dedicated to Saint Joseph, to the Mother of Mercy, Mother of Interfaith Graces, Saint Elizabeth Child Jesus, and now this is the Flight to Egypt pilgrimage painting I inherited from my late grandfather, Dr. Guillermo Rustia. I entrusted it to the care of Grandmaster Thomas Leang based on inspiration. And the most important, I entrusted to the temple, to the Interfaith Philippine Prophetic Daotigam Temple, the statue, small statue of Interfaith Saint Pope John Paul II, which you know very well, my dear DILG7 team. Remember those statues, those Regional Director Leotti Travella and myself, we had it blessed in the Cebu City Archdiocese Shrine of Saint Therese of the Child Jesus. These statues. And we celebrated it on the feast day of Saint Pope John Paul, the 2nd October 22, and for the following day, October 23, birthday of Secretary, welcome birthday for Secretary Juanito Victor C. Remulla Jr. Take note, I know that the instruction of Secretary Remulla Jr. is no one will spend for his birthday. So I told Regional Director Trovella, everybody will attest to that. I take care, the cake, the food, isn't it? Now, so we follow the instruction of Secretary John B. Remulla. So now, I presented it because this is important. Grandmaster Thomas Leang, also, I brought him to the office together with Papa June. They call Papa June in Cebu. Regional Director Travella, and many of you were there when we went We had a video there. I know many of you will remember that. Oh, the next photo, please. Next photo. Oh, this one is my photo with our, well, it's Secret Prophetic 20 President Attorney Angelo A. Jimenez. And I'm there. You know, Attorney Angelo A. Jimenez, as the present president of the University of the Philippines system, is very unique. You know why? He belongs to the Manobo tribe. As a matter of fact, before the formal oath taking in Davao, UP, he had his first oath taking before his ancestral tribe. So you see, you have here a UP system president who has offered his public service. He's a labor lawyer. He, he has numerous illustrious achievements, but he always he acknowledges forever and ever his ancestral indigenous roots. Next, please. Next photo, please. This one, oh, you're all there, my beloved DILG 17. Remember when I went there from Davao, we presented a copy of my photo text publication inspired by St. Joseph, entitled The Spiritual History of the University of the Philippines for the World. You're all there. You know, I really find your office very inspiring. I believe every government office should pay a pilgrimage, visit, experience the sacred prophetic graces of GILG Cebu City main office. You see, the Knights of Rizal, the staff. Next, please. Next, please. Oh, your boss, our regional director, Ricardo T. Travella, signing. Because you made the covenant. You made the covenant. Remember our ceremony? Covenant ceremony with Rizal and Supremo Andres Bonifacio through me. Ultima, just you sign even, each one of you. I had a photo. I have my own pictures of your covenant signing. Next photo, please. Okay. You see how I love Regional Director Travella? He gave honor to, well, one of those formerly serving as guard. I just was not able to get his name, but you see, family, guard, and I was there. She said, please focus on our aid here rather than me. Next photo, please. Okay, this one is the Department of Environment and Natural Resources Interfaith Pilgrimage Mother. Why am I showing this? Regional Director Travella funded the transfer from Cebu City to Manila. From Iloilo, we were able to get, I believe, the help of the Philippine Coast Guard, of course, through Leo Travella, Regional Director Leo Travella. And beside me is Methodius. Love you, Method. We call him our priest. He is the one he was tasked to take, record, video all the pilgrimages in the Philippines of our DNR Interfaith Pilgrimage Mother. So you see, Secretary, I have to say this, Secretary Rafael T.M. Lotilla, when he was appointed Secretary of the Department of the Environment and Natural Resources, to the help of former Head Executive Assistant William T. Ragos, we were able to do the welcome of Secretary Lotilla in the first photo of the miraculous lady with a bleeding heart. And I prayed that if ever Secretary Lotilla will have an expose, may it be in a very spiritual place where he can attest to the spiritual destiny of the Philippines. And so, when I read the news that Secretary Rafael T.M. Lotilla was assigned, proclaimed by His Excellency President Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr. as the new Secretary of the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, we hail his appointment by the President as the 2026 Philippine Ambassador to the Vatican or the Holy See. Whatever guided President Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr., only heaven knows. Next. Now, this is a very important photo. In that photo, I am beside Reverend Father Rolando V. De La Rosa, who used to be the rector and president of the University of the Philippines, a pontifical, the oldest in Asia. And remember, he served as chair of the Commission on Higher Education. And he believes in my research. He believes, so his class would invite me. Why is this crucial? Beside Reverend De La Rosa, is the current, the president, rector, and parish priest of our sacred prophetic Saint Joseph Shrine of Quezon, the Diocese of Quezon City, now Archdiocesan Shrine. The name is Reverend Father Gilberto Fortunato II C. Dumlao. Brother, this is very crucial. It's also, perhaps this presentation is also a tribute to another chair of the Commission on Higher Education, also named Rolando, but not a priest, but a brother. Brother Rolando Ramos Dizon, who served also as former president of De La Salle University. And he invited me to join the delegation he organized in the Holy Land, Jerusalem. Take note, the Holy Land, Jerusalem in Israel, in 2008 centennial of the University of the Philippines. So you see, this divine providence is telling us reminding us this sacred prophetic purpose. And I'm wearing the t-shirt, the traveling pilgrimage t-shirt of Saint Joseph. Next photo, please. Yeah, this is very, very important. My compatriots in the Philippines and the world. This happened quite fast, like our event now. The painting that was welcome, I presented after the Holy Mass, presided by the priest, Reverend Father Ronald Moldes Macale, who used to be the parish priest of St. Joseph's Shrine. He knows me pretty well. He knows I received messages from St. Joseph. And at the other end is the Department of Agrarian Reform Secretary Conrado Estrella III. I am wearing even the t-shirt for Philippine Independence Day because it happened to be the Philippine Independence Day 2025. So, see the painting. Let me explain about the painting. The painting, I requested for a measly amount of 3,000 pesos. The artist, I call him spiritual artist, Bienvenido Villaluna, who had traveled to Dubai and has such, well, spiritual experiences. And now he is staying in the sacred space led by Brother Carlos Litos Valero in Luacan, Baguio City. Interplay 10 Commandments with the miraculous Lady of the Bleeding Heart. I requested him for a measly amount of 3,000 pesos. Is it possible for you to paint my two dreams? First, in my publication, University of the Philippines PhD dissertation publication called Pangatalagang Pagbubukas at Tapan ng Mahal na Ina or Sacred Prophetic Politics, the Unfolding of the Covenant with the Great Mother. Because the Holy Spirit called me to Hawaii. My first visit to Hawaii is as a Ford Rockefeller grant to speak on local perspective from Marcos to Aquino. Divine Providence enabled me to make a visit in the Hawaii residence of then beloved former President Ferdinand Edelin Marcos. And in my book, I told him I dreamt of him. In my book, he is there in the heavens, sharing tears of joy, facing the media. And I told Bienvenido Villaluna, is it possible also to see my dream of His Excellency President Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr. facing the media? So, actually, I call this the spiritual legacy painting from Marcos Sr. to Marcos Jr. You see, that is the significance. Up to now, I still entrusted it to Secretary Conrado Estrella III. He told me he can easily give it to President. No. It's only entrustment. We don't know yet what will happen to that painting. Perhaps we can give it to His Excellency President Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr. I don't know what destiny will tell us from moment to moment. Because with the help, with the guidance and the teaching of Brother Carlos Litos Valero, I have learned Thy will be done, unconditional love from moment to moment. God bless, family of God. Okay, next. Next photo. Now, yes, this is very important. October 13, 2025. Feast of Our Lady of Fatima in Valenzuela. And because Bishop, the bishop from now in the Diocese of Iba, I told him, I requested him to please offer the Holy Mass for my departure to France on November 24, 2025. He is called Bartolome Santos, Bishop Bartolome Santos, from Lady of Fatima, Shrine, Valenzuela, now in Zambales. Next. Now, this is our beloved Reverend Mother Mary Bernard. Reverend Mother Mary Bernard. It was during her term as Reverend Mother Superior of the Philippine Carmel of St. Teresa of the Child Jesus that I was able to enter the sanctuary, the inner sanctuary of this Philippine Carmel of St. Teresa of the Child Jesus because a mass was organized with the Superior General and to welcome Philippine Ambassador to the Vatican, Grace Lucio Princesa. It so happened that during this day, this photo was taken. It was the canonization feast of Saint Teresa of the Child Jesus, and I saw Mother Mary Bernard outside because they do not usually go out from the inside enclosure, but destiny decreed that I have this photo taken with her. Next, please. Next. Now, this is, St. Joseph was guiding me as I searched through my gallery to my collection. Lo and behold, I saw this because this photo is crucial. This photo was done in the UP Library, Diliman Library, led by UP System President Alfredo E. Pascual, and there is Madame Menchu Pascual, and all the others, and very important, you have there Commission on Elections. I think he still served there as the commissioner of the Commission on Election, Rene Ver, yeah, no, it's not like that. But Commissioner Rene is a founding member of the Rizal Blumentritt Pamatalan Academy together with over there Mary Ann Fernandez Mendoza, also a founding member of the Rizal Blumentritt Pamatalan Academy, and I believe she was still serving then as Civil Service Commissioner. There are others, Attorney Carlos Serapio, I can see. UP Diliman Chancellor Michael Tan. And Nestor Olarte Binluan, the one who designed for free the UP Diliman Covenant Monument and the photo that they were holding there by UP Diliman Chancellor Michael Tan is the photo when UP System President Alfredo E. Pascual made a pilgrimage to Rodriguez Rizal Pamitinang Protected Landscape, and the dove that we released hovered and even descended, I believe, on his right shoulder. So, next please. I cannot see there, yung sa Lucy Prinsesa. Aha! This one is crucial. This is in the Office Protected Pamitinang Landscape under the direct supervision of Superintendent Sosima Bersamila Belen. And this was after an event. This police under the Department of the Interior Local Government and the soldiers from the Department of National Defense. And beside or with us is the 1997 Napoleon B. Abueva Katipunan Eternal Flame. That is what I call the spiritual shield for the Philippines and the world. Okay, next. We're about to finish. Next, please. By the way, that is the Katipunan Eternal Flame. That is the Katipunan Eternal Flame lighted by Secretary. This Katipunan Eternal Flame is the same Katipunan Eternal Flame lighted in Cavite by then Vice Governor Juanito Victor C. Remulla Jr. as Vice Governor. Okay. Now Secretary of the Department of the Interior and Local Government. Next. Okay. This was done after a very important event by the so-called, how do we call ourselves then? The University of the Philippines University Women, headed by the spouse, beloved spouse of UP System President Attorney Angelo A. Jimenez, also an attorney Edlin Versola Jimenez. They're all there. We are all there, members of the UP Women Association. Very prestigious. I happy now to be, I cannot participate. I wanted to resign, but they do not allow me. Okay? Please, next photo, please. That was taken in the UP system, what you call this? Bridge from UP system president to the chancellor's office. Now, the same event. Attorney Edlin Versola guided us in putting us in front. I think the seniors supposed to be. The original board, I don't know. But I'm really grateful to Attorney Edlin Versola for this wonderful photo. You see, you can see all the wonderful lights being brought together. Next photo, please. Aha! This one. One Independence Day or Rizal Day, I remember. I went to pay courtesy visit to the present chairman of the National Historical Commission of the Philippines, Professor and Dr. Regalado Trota Jose Jr. So this is magnificent because these are all the wonderful institutions that will make us realize that 2026 Marcos Jr. presidency in the Philippines Transfiguration Temple for the world. Next. Next, please. And now, this one is crucial. Saint Teresa of the Child Jesus, called Made Possible. Our October 1 to 8, 2022, to mark the 100 days of the Marcos Jr. presidency. Beside me, holding the Mother of Mercy, Mother of Interfaith Graces, is my artist niece, Marie Christine Alaras Nagamos. And now, here, this was taken in the Republic of Turkey, House of Mary. And our founding president, Attorney Rafael Abilino Morales, I believe, was able to gather with the daughter, Nadine Morales, who will go also to Brussels this May 16, 2026. Okay, next photo, please. Next, please. Next to the last, this one. This is the photo, May 4, 2007, Civil Service Commission, Montejo, Pangotalaan Park. The one at the middle, beside Ambassador Jaroslav Ludba, is that, well, served then as chair of the Civil Service Commission. You know, she built the Montejo Pangotalaan Park. And on May 4, 2007, with my students in the University of the Philippines on civic welfare literacy, we came up with this project to honor Dambana ng Bayan awardees. Those who serve as Civil Service Commission chair. Corazon Alma De Leon, Mary Ann Fernandez Mendoza accepted the award on behalf of Patricia Santo Tomas, of course, the father, and then I think from the Department of Agrarian Reform, and then, of course, Karina David, no? Karina David, the beloved wife, the departed wife of the famous Randy David. Karina David received also. So, as I said, I cannot thank God enough with all these people. Ambassador Jaroslav Ludba at the middle. You know, because he is the ambassador given to me by God to start all the initiatives. Through him, I received the 2009 commemorative medal from the Czech Republic. He has always been there supporting me, making possible that at least once or twice a year I will be able to go, making possible my visit to Czech Republic. Next, please.
Professor, ito na po yung last.
Tapos na? Oh, you
Yes
see?
po.
And now, with all of this, perhaps the Civil Service Commission and all the others institutions here, now you have experienced through photos and videos the Philippine, even just representative, Philippine government institutions, agencies, and sectors. And now, how can we not trust in God's merciful love to fulfill the Philippines' sacred prophetic destiny to take care of the world? Now is the ASEAN Summit. Then, many things to come. It is the heavens, and I'm very happy that the opening prayers is truly interfaith. You have it already there, interfaith. You have Catholic, Christian, you have Muslim, you have indigenous. What more can we ask? You see, May 7, 2026, hosted by DILG7 in Cebu City. With today's event, how can we not believe and trust in the transfiguration graces, transfiguration hope and grace, and above all, today we launch, today we have experienced how everything is possible. When Saint Teresa of the Child Jesus called me to Cannes Film Festival to launch Saint Teresa of the Child Jesus Living Saints Productions, today we launch it. You yourself, everybody will be able to experience our May 7, 2026, DILG7 hosted Zoom special event. You are all the witnesses. And now, heaven may God's merciful love continue to bless us and truly fulfill what He has begun in every one of us, every Filipino. Saint Teresa of the Child Jesus told me, when she called me to the Philippine Carmel of St. Joseph, Lucena City, she told me she wants to have a country that will be the model in education, governance, development, and diplomacy. And so the battle cry she wants me to promote is every Filipino as a saint and hero and saint. And now, ladies and gentlemen, my compatriots in the Philippines and the world, please join me in making the November 24, 2026, 100 years of Philippine Carmel of Saint Teresa of the Child Jesus, a truly magnificent event, worthy of the super saint, Saint Teresa of the Child Jesus, declared and proclaimed by Saint Pope John Paul II as Doctor of the Church, and also declared by UNESCO as the UNESCO World Heritage Person. So it is, my beloved compatriots, led by the DILG7 in Cebu City, Regional Director Ricardo T. Trabella, if you did not agree from May 1, when I called you up, Feast of St. Joseph the Worker, there will be no special event. And perhaps this Thanksgiving tribute is also really when Our Lady of Fatima told me to request Attorney Rafael Abelino Morales to be the founding president of the Rizal Blumentritt Pamataran Academy. And the nation and the world will thank Attorney Rafael Abelino Morales for having said yes to the request of Our Lady of Fatima for him to be the founding president of the Rizal Blumentritt Pamataran Academy. My compatriots, may I report to the nation that what I have been proclaiming in the Philippines and the world, the spiritual infrastructure called Dambana ng Bayan, when it was realized, when UP, University of the Philippines System, President Alfredo E. Pascual agreed to have the UP Diliman Covenant Monument designed by Nestor Olarte Binluan, and the nation and the world must thank Attorney Rafael Abilino Morales because he funded the construction of the UP Diliman Covenant Monument as a legacy project of UP System President Alfredo E. Pascual, and as a matter of fact, Director Trevela, as National Barangay Operations Office Director in the Department of the Interior Local Government, was there to receive the key, a very symbolic, sacred, prophetic key. Because, you see, I don't know why I was inspired to give him a symbolic key. So now, Regional Director Travella, use that key to unlock all the graces and blessings in the Philippines and the world for the Marcos Jr. presidency. And now, to our moderator, to call our beloved attorney, Rafael Abilino Morales. Thank you for your patience and kind understanding and attention in regarding my presentation. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Consolacion Rustia Alaras, for sharing with us your profound insights and reflections, and of course, this God-centered governance and national purpose. Your words have inspired us to reflect more deeply on our roles as public servants, citizens, and faithful stewards of our nation. Once again, thank you very much, Professor Alaras, for gracing with us in this gathering. Before I would also like to proceed, I would like to acknowledge also my fellow and brother knights from Negros and of course Cebu or from other chapters. Good day po sa inyong lahat. And now for the closing remarks. May we respectfully call on Attorney Rafael A. Morales. Sir, the virtual floor is yours po.
Good day, everyone. As we come to the end of this gathering, let us carry with us the quiet strength, humility, and faithful obedience that our Lord showed throughout his life. May we be reminded to trust God even in uncertainty, to serve our families and communities with love, and to live courage and compassion in our daily work and responsibilities. Thank you to everyone who joined, prayed, and shared in this gathering of faith. May God bless us all and keep us always in his care. Thank you. Amen.